Gotta show the S on the chest.
That's not an
Even
S.
I don't give a fuck.
That's a P.
I don't give a fuck.
Oh man. Well, speaking of not giving a fuck, apparently this Sonic movie doesn't give a fuck that it just beat the shit out of Pikachu.
Yeah, that's the shit I like to see.
We say like the Pikachu movie's not bad. Like everyone's
No,
like,
the
"Oh, I fucking beat the Detective Pikachu." I was like, "Did you guys not like Detective Pikachu? Is that what it was?" Or now that you have something that's marginally better, you're like, "Fuck that shit. Let's get it out of here." Is that what it is? Is that how the kids think?
I don't think that's what it is. What I believe that it is that I saw the Sonic the Hedgehog movie today, and I have not finished the Detective Pikachu movie, so I can't really say anything on that. But I think it's like this strange thing where more adults are going to go see this movie independently rather than taking their kids to go see it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because like Detective Pikachu is arguably a good movie to go see by yourself, hands
Right.
down. But when my friends told me about when they went to go see it, they said that, it was a lot of mixed crowd families and shit like that. And that could just be their experience. But when I went to go see this movie today, I want to say 5% of the population in that movie theater was kids under the age of 7. There was probably about 15% of them between the ages of 8 and 15. The rest were like older teens and adults.
Yeah, because this movies like this are made for like Pokemon's more accessible to the younger crowd.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Sonic's not really, unless you have parents or older brothers and sisters that kind of like show you Sonic games or like all that. They don't. Sonic doesn't have a game on mobile as big as Pokemon Go that kids are playing.
Yeah, whenever people talk about Sonic, it's usually like older kids if they are.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on one second. I'm peeking a little bit. I'm gonna
Okay.
turn this down a little bit. Inside Gaming did a piece on it where it's like Sonic has like this weird um
We bring this thing up all the
generational.
time.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really good example
Yeah.
of how
I need to
shit.
rewatch it.
Yeah, so there's like this generational gap where you have like the classic gamers, and then you have the adventure series, and then you have like the modern Sonic equivalent to it.
Mm.
It's just a lot more people that play Sonic, in my opinion, are grouped up between the 16 to 31 age group. And that's a relatively large age group, but it also matters because that's an age group where they have money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Pokemon transcends all generations, but I do see a lot more people, taking their kids with them. So, and then there's one more thing that I want to add to this because of the numbers. Sonic the Hedgehog came out during a 4-week or 4-day weekend. They are
Right.
counting I think Veterans Day, not Veterans Day,
Presidents.
President's Day. And that's why he's expected to exceed $70 million over the course of the 4-day weekend. Whereas when Detective Pikachu came out, I'm pretty sure that was only a 3-day weekend. So it's kind of like cheesing the numbers. Sonic is getting an extra day, but it doesn't stop the fact that it's doing really well for a video game based
Well,
movie.
Detective Pikachu also didn't have a controversy around it either.
That is true. That is
Like
100% true. Because
a
when it
lot.
came out, everyone was just like, "This looks great." Most people were like, "It looks great."
Yeah. But this had a huge controversy around it, and everyone's like, I know people that are like, I just have to go see it. Like, I have to know. I have to know.
Yeah.
So
A lot of people.
I personally haven't seen it yet. I plan on seeing it this week.
You should go see it. It's a good movie. I'm gonna get into my week with that one. It's a good movie. It's a flawed movie, but it's still like surprisingly delightful.
Mm-hmm.
The overarching story, with in as few words as possible, is that Sonic is forced to leave his homeworld, so to say, comes to
Mobius.
ours, and is like kind of being that that creepy guy that always wants to like hang out with everybody, but nobody knows he's there for like the first 15-20 minutes of the movie. And he admires like everyone who lives in Green Hill, Montana, or
Mm.
Green Hills, Montana. Um, and it's really like feeding on the whole thing. Like Sonic has been alone for a very long time, and he wants to start interacting with people. And then once in the trailer, that giant sonic boom that takes place, that EMP pulse, as they say, takes place at the baseball field. Then you see Dr. Robotnik coming in. Then you see the army trying to track him down, and that's where the movie really gains traction.
Right.
Ben Schwartz is a great Sonic. I think that he's probably better than Ryan Craig Smith. James Marsden did pretty good. A lot of people compare Jim Carrey's Dr. Robotnik to Ace Ventura. A lot of people are like trying to make that callback to like the
Mm.
way that he
I
acted.
heard he kind of stole the show a little bit.
Um I can I can see how people might say that. I still think that the more important story, or the more important narrative, is still between Sonic and Tom,
Mm.
or Ben and James Marsden. I think that they do really, really well together. I think that they're a very strong duo as far as what the movie is. It's cheesy. It's a cheesy kids movie, but it
Right.
wasn't like cringeworthy. It was still really, really good. I was a little underwhelmed with Jim Carrey's performance, but keep in mind, I've also never seen like Ace Ventura. I have nothing
Oh
to
yeah.
go and base it on. So I'm like the odd man out when I say that. He's still a good Dr. Robotnik, or he's still a good villain, I should say.
Mm.
But when I think of Dr. Robotnik, he wasn't embodying the things that I expect him to embody, certain character traits, certain way that he talks, until the end.
Everyone's saying until the end.
Until the end. What,
Yeah.
like, you hear the changes in the voice inflection and the crazy talk start coming out at the end of the movie.
Because
And
it's not a Sonic movie. It's a Robotnik origin story.
I think it's shared. I think that in the very beginning of the movie, they do a really good job of setting the pace of, where Sonic comes from.
Mm.
To be honest, I think one of my favorite parts of the film is that first 10 minutes where Sonic is talking about where he came from and why he left in the first place. I'm not going to spoil who it is that comes running after him. I will
Mm.
describe them as like these fucking Zulu warriors with spears and arrows, and they come in and do like an assassination attempt, and it's fucking dope.
All right.
Like, there's parts of the movie where I'm just like, there's a kids movie. There's a kids. You just killed that bitch. There's a kids movie. Yeah, no, it's good, and it's a good baseline, and they've set it up for a sequel, really, really well. I think that there are some glaring issues. One, the CGI is a little fucked up. There'll be times where I'm looking at Sonic's nose and it looks a little bit like polygon wise. It's
Mm-hmm.
not fully fleshed out. Certain shots of Sonic in like these dynamic poses are a little blurry, not really detailed out, because Sonic for the most part is very fleshed out. Almost to the point where there's too much polish and you can tell like he's CG. Like that
Yeah.
that one scene where he's running up back to the truck and he's got the fish on the head. Like the fish is outright CGI. And
Yeah.
like you can tell. There's other scenes where he'll be interacting with certain items and you can tell that it's not a real
Item.
item. And you compare that to the CG that you see in like a Marvel film, and you
Yeah.
can tell the difference. So, I mean, it's all right. Also, as much as Ben did a really good job being Sonic, I think that he was poorly mixed. If you watch Detective Pikachu, there'll be times where Pikachu will be talking from a distance, or Pikachu will be talking from inside the ring where he's about to fight the Charizard and shit like that. And it sounds like you're hearing him from a distance. In this movie, Ben is constantly like in
Just
this
there.
narrator always there. Like he'll like the scene where he jumps out of the truck and blows up that large egg carrier.
Mhm.
Um, it sounds like he's in a recording booth the entire time, just like right up on your shit. There's no
Ah,
distance, there's no playing around and making it sound realistic. Other than that, it's it's a modern take with Sonic trying to appeal to a younger generation. I can confirm the floss is real
oh
and it
god.
happens more than once. But you know what? I am not intentionally the demographic for this. I'm just the hardcore fan, and they put in a lot of fan service for the hardcore fan. And I do appreciate that. Uh, Overall, without really spoiling anything, I think that the movie is a solid 7, if anything. Uh, Maybe you could argue it being an 8,
You
but
think
I think it's
you think this movie might set the bar for video game movies now? Have they
well,
set the bar pretty high?
I think that Detective Pikachu is really the one that set that bar.
Mhm.
Um, when Detective Pikachu came out, it pretty much said this is what the new standard is, and Sonic tried to reach that echelon, and I think it fell short, but it just slipped. It wasn't like a monumentous fuck up. It's still a good movie. And as fucked up as it is to say this, I can see why that one studio that actually did the CG on this ended up getting closed down because a lot of the same issues that you were seeing from the original trailer and what they did in Cats and how they tried redoing this, um, it was just a lot of things in such a short period of time that they can be like, "Oh, I guess we can let go of this studio because maybe the quality that not Paramount, but the quality that their parent company was expecting wasn't there, and they can reconsolidate elsewhere." So
Yeah. Well, that's also because they gave a. I mean, the company that did the CGI on this did 2 movies. They
yes,
did the first one, and then they had to rush and do the second, and the one that we see now.
yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to knock them. It looks great, but there are issues if you're paying attention, and
Right.
that's just where I'm going to leave it.
Cool. Maybe we'll finally
Yeah,
get a Mario and Luigi movie.
it's going to lead up to the Super Smash Brothers. That's what it's
It's
going to
gonna
lead
have to
up
be
to.
something. Nintendo can't look at this and be like, well, I mean, Nintendo has Pikachu and Pokemon and all that stuff too, so it's like whatever.
Yeah,
But they'll see this, they're like, well, now we gotta not retort, but we have to, reply to the Sonic movie with something of our own. I'm
right.
fine with a fucking live action Star Fox movie as long as that one artist is doing all the artist
Absolutely.
that because that stuff is amazing.
Are we talking about a Fox in Space,
No.
or are
This
we
is
talking
the
about something
one.
else?
Fox in Space is a whole different thing. But did you not see the guy on Twitter? His name is I can't remember what his name is, but he did all the like realistic Star Fox characters, and everyone was like, "Yo, why can we not get a live action movie of all these characters for Star Fox? Because Star Fox would work. Star Fox could totally work as a movie.
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah."
absolutely.
But there, let me see if I can find him on Twitter real quick because he was actually all about the Sonic movie too.
You're
But
also not talking about the official Nintendo little cartoon short that they came out in support of Star Fox
no,
Zero,
no, no,
right?
no, no. It's
That would work too.
no. This is a guy on Twitter. His name is Raf Grassetti, and he actually did the picture of the. He said now that the Sonic movie was a success, now it's time for the Nintendo Cinematic Universe, and he did like a Smash kind of like picture. I'll send you his Twitter real quick.
Okay.
But yeah, his name is Raf Grassetti. And he did. If you scroll down a little ways, you'll see like his OG Star Fox stuff. I mean, since we're talking about movies too, and I know you're about to go into your week, they revealed that Robert Pattinson Batman reveal. Oh, did you see the live action stuff? Yeah.
I did.
Well, you can see
No,
like
okay. So those Star Fox characters look fucking great.
yeah,
That is
those are
a
great.
frightening Sonic.
Oh yeah, even like a lot of the other ones are frightening too, but Yeah, the Star Fox guys, and then Star Wolf too. He looks great too.
Yeah, he looks fucking dope.
But did you see the Robert Pattinson Batman reveal?
No, I didn't.
Let me see if I can find it. It's on his Twitter as well. He had retweeted it. It's a very it's not a long shot at all, and people are already giving it shit. Like, this is cosplay. This isn't, this isn't.
Well, that's because they still live in the world where Robert Pattinson was doing Twilight, and I don't think they've ever given him a pass beyond that.
That's a picture, but there's a 30-second video that shows it.
You can't really say anything by just looking at that.
No, I mean, in the video, it shows like off of his chest piece, and then it comes up to his face. But people are just going in on him, being like, this is garbage. They're like, this is our Batman. And they're showing Ben Affleck. I'm like, what? Really? But no.
Get the fuck out of here.
I agree with you that everyone's like, they still give Robert Pattinson shit about the Twilight movies. And if you've ever watched a movie with Robert Pattinson in it, he's a really good actor.
Yeah, no, he is.
Like, he was in the movie The Lighthouse that I want to see.
A good actor.
There's a movie called The Lighthouse that I want to see that's with him and Willem Dafoe. And
yo, he looks real good. No, I'm gonna send this to you. He looks dope in this. That legit looks like fucking Batman. Is that everyone? It?
Oh no, that's a Photoshop.
Okay, well, fuck.
That's a hardcore Photoshop.
It's so good I couldn't.
That's not even a picture. That's like a painting.
It's so good I couldn't.
Whatever. You got to make that the podcast picture now, so everyone knows what the fuck is this about. I thought they were talking about Sonic. Oh no! If you scroll down in this same link, the Batman camera test. That's the picture I sent you. Is in that video.
Is this it, or is this Photoshop?
I don't know, dude. Just watch the video. That's all of that shit is Photoshop because it hasn't been brought out yet.
Okay. Hold on. I'm looking at it right now.
That first one you sent me that says the Batman camera test. That's the video that I saw that shows, shows him off, and it doesn't even show him that much.
No, it's just the chest plate.
But I was like, okay. So I saw it, and someone had Twitter was going ham, man. They're like, this is bullshit and all this. I'm like, I just don't like the internet anymore, man.
Look, goofy. He is a good actor. That's just all I'm wanting to say. He's a good actor. I think he deserves a shot. Yeah, that's definitely Photoshop. Now that I look at the chest plate, I feel fucking dumb.
Yeah.
And so is the bottom one. The bottom one's also Photoshop.
You mean the two you sent me that were Photoshop? Like I told you?
Whatever. I don't give a shit. I don't know. I think what would be cool is that eventually they put Robert Pattinson against whoever did Joker. I forget his name.
Joaquin Phoenix?
No, this is I don't. Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix did that. Yeah,
because his name starts with a J, and I was expecting the J to come out.
Joaquin.
Yeah.
I don't
mind me.
If you
I'm just an uncultured piece of shit.
If we want to be honest, I don't. They're probably gonna bring that Joker in. I would like them to not do anything with Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, but leave it as a Joker movie. I would not like to see him fighting against Batman and all that other stuff. But
I think it would be interesting
if
they kept it like the mood really, really dark. Like keep it as hardcore as the first Joker was. Make it that psychological horror. Like incorporate Scarecrow into it. I think that might work out. Even though, like, Joaquin Phoenix isn't an action star. At least I haven't seen him in an action role.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen the Joker movie yet, but can you look at that Joker movie and picture a Batman being somewhere in that?
If it's the Killing Joke, then yes.
I mean, maybe, but...
If they were to do the Killing Joke, I think that would be a really good, way to end, the Joker saga.
I don't know. I still need to watch that. I'm behind on all my. I'm behind on movies and anime out the ass. So
I mean, we have 2 series that we have to talk about, which we haven't even talked about yet. We keep on talking about it, but it's fine.
Oh yeah,
we'll get there eventually.